Okay. So what are the benefits of being a freelancer? Now, I don't know whether everybody wants to be a freelancer, everybody who's here. And I don't even intend to say that you should be freelancers for life. Okay. But what I intend to say is that you want to experience being a freelancer at least for some part of your life. Yeah. So you should not be a freelancer for life. That's going to be your decision, not mine. You may want to be, but I'm going to share where people get stuck about being a freelancer. Okay, so I would say start doing this for some time in your life. Okay, because you develop a sense of professionalism, your relationship with money, and a lot of prior work experience. And I'm going to give you reasons why. Okay, and these reasons are compelling. Okay, so I'm going to ask you whether these are compelling for you or not. Yeah, you will develop business development skills. So what does that mean? You will know how to promote yourself, how to develop business, how to network a little. Okay, I'm including all of that in business development skills. You will learn client handling skills. So वैसे business development skills are super important for whom? Any independent lawyer, any independent litigator, any law firm partner. Super important. Okay. You will develop client handling skills. Again, very important for young lawyers. If you're starting as an associate, you have client handling skills, you will be number one for promotion. For promotion to SA, senior associate position, other positions. If you're working in the chambers of a senior and you want to go independent, start your own practice, client handling skills are what is needed. And of course, if you want to continue being a freelancer, then client handling skills matter. You will be great with making pitches and proposals. Okay, I wanted to include this separately as a unique skill set. Okay, this skill itself is in demand in the market. People need, when I was checking online today on Upwork, people are charging 2 lakhs for just making a good investment pitch. Okay, so pitches and proposals, there are so many businesses you'll be surprised to find, and they're not run by lawyers, but they don't know how to make pitches and proposals. There's a lawyer also, you can help them with that. This is pure business consultancy. Recruiters will want to hire you for your superior skill sets because you know business development and client handling. So recruiters will want to hire you more than they will want to hire others. It's very easy to stand out. You can talk about the experiences in your interviews. The level of insight that you will share will be far, far different and deeper. You will set the salary bar much higher for yourself. Why? Because why will you set a higher salary bar? Because you will already be earning some amount through freelancing. So if I'm earning 50,000 today, I know that, if I do A, B, C, D, E, then by another 6 months, I will earn 1 lakh. So if somebody else is going to give me a job offer, what am I going to say? Give me more. What is going to make it worth it for me to forego that opportunity? Either I continue to freelance and do the job, or if I'm foregoing freelancing, then I need something that's going to make it worth it, right? You can have domestic and international arbitrage. What does this mean? What I mean to say is that if you're in India and you're in a small city, you can do work for big clients from big cities. But if you're in a smaller city, your cost is going to be lower. If your cost is going to be lower than, let's say, a Bombay or a Delhi lawyer, you can be more affordable and provide more value for clients. You can do the same thing internationally also. You could be anywhere in the country, and in US, for example, the purchasing power parity is 17 times. Okay, which means that something in US, the cost of a comparable item or in India is going to be 17 times more. Okay, so your cost advantage effectively for US based clients becomes 17 times. Okay, and you can charge like 3 times of what you did of you charge of what you'll charge an Indian client, and still it will be 5 times cheaper. I did some maths in my head. I won't explain it, but if you charge 3 times of what you did right now, okay, you charge 1 rupee, it's 17 times cheaper, right? If you charge 3 rupees, it's still times cheaper, almost 6 times cheaper, right? So you can charge 3x of what you'll charge an Indian client, because 17 divided by 3 is about almost 6. Correct? So you will have this benefit of arbitrage. Okay, which means that people will be willing to work with you. Domestic arbitrage means if you are in a tier 2 city, okay, and you're working for somebody in Bombay, a Bombay lawyer is going to charge you more, a Delhi lawyer is going to charge you more, but your cost in, let's say, Siliguri is not going to be as much, but you can do work for clients there. Okay, so the cost of work Your cost is lower, so you can afford to do some work that is more expensive. You can do it cheaper, and you will not suffer because your cost is lower. You can be a digital nomad. So many of us want to travel the world and do work on the side, right? So when I used to travel, once in 2012, I traveled to Andaman, and I used to see all the foreigners and who are traveling to India, and they would do any, like there would be some designer who has done that, somebody who was being, being a waitress in, like in Europe, and because the salaries are so much higher, they could save up enough money to do 6 months of travel in India. Okay, but in India you want to earn that, and there were foreigners who were doing ghostwriting work. Now what can an Indian do if you want to be a digital nomad like that, right? So which is the work that you can do, because over there the payments were higher, but what work can you charge more for? That's going to be contract drafting work. So you can be a digital nomad. You can be a freelancer without being a lawyer, and you can do contract drafting work as a paralegal. You'll have to call yourself a paralegal. Okay, and some clients will give you that work. Sometimes lawyers will give you, for US lawyers will give you paralegal work to do contracts for them. You will feel more secure. Guess why? Okay, why will you be more secure? Because you're already getting clients and earning money, so you will not have fear of being jobless. You will not have fear of being fired. Out of five clients, if you have five clients, if one fires you, you will not be scared, because you'll know you'll get two more. You'll be more confident. That is what will happen. You can start a firm or a business of your own in future, because you learned client development, you learned how to handle clients, you learned how to charge money. Okay, and you learned uh, how to use their testimonial. Okay, that's what's needed. After that, you have to learn one more thing to make a business. Do you know what? You have to learn delegation and team management, but we are not going to discuss that. But you should know this, that it is possible to learn delegation and team management, but if you don't know how to generate clients, how to price your services, how to generate client satisfaction, okay, how to deliver the services, then there's no hope. You could do delegation, you could manage teams, but everybody will be jobless, right? So there will be an unemployment there. Understood? How many of you want to do LLM? If you want to do LLM, then your SOPs will be more powerful. Why? Because in the statement of purpose, you have to say that why I want to apply to this university. So that you will learn the power of persuasion. You will know what the other person wants to hear. If you want to do, if you want to apply for scholarships, that's even harder, right? Getting admission is step one, getting scholarship is step two. You will again know how to sell yourself there much, much better, because you've got freelancing experience.